Are you tired of watching your portfolio swing wildly with every single news headline? Does it feel like you're just gambling on digital numbers, hoping you pick the right one? What if there was a way to build real, tangible wealth with assets you can actually see and touch, the kind that have stood the test of time? Lately, it feels like the whole conversation has been about assets that only exist online. But in a world with growing uncertainty, a lot of smart investors are turning back to the physical world. I'm not talking about complicated funds, bonds, or the latest crypto coin. I'm talking about real-world assets that give you stability, control, and the satisfaction of owning something you can stand on, hold, or visit. Today, we're breaking down the top 3 physical assets to consider for 2026 to build real-world wealth. First on the list is an asset as old as civilization itself, real estate. And I don't mean REITs or other complex financial products. I'm talking about direct ownership, buying a property, holding the deed, and having total control. So why real estate in 2026? After a few years of adjustments, the housing market is showing signs of rebalancing. Forecasts for 2026 suggest a more stable market with modest price growth, potentially around 2 to 4%. However, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. Recovery will vary by region, and some areas are still finding their footing. Sectors like multifamily housing and industrial spaces are showing incredible resilience. With high home prices and mortgage rates keeping many people from buying, the demand for rental housing is strong, which is good news for landlords. The real-world benefit here is twofold. First, you get cash flow. Your tenant's rent can cover the mortgage and other costs, leaving you with profit each month. Second, you get leverage. You can control a large asset, like a $300,000 property, with a much smaller down payment, while its full value grows over time. Now, let's be real. This is not a passive game. Real estate requires a good amount of capital to get started, and you have to factor in management costs. It's also illiquid, meaning you can't just sell it overnight. But for anyone willing to do their homework and manage their properties well, direct real estate ownership remains one of the most powerful tools for building wealth. Next up, an asset that's been a symbol of wealth for millennia: gold. Specifically, physical gold. Bullion, bars, or coins that you can actually hold in your hand. In an era of geopolitical uncertainty and stubborn inflation, gold's role as a safe haven asset is more critical than ever. Its value often rises when confidence in currencies and other financial assets falls. Unlike stocks, gold's price isn't tied to one company's performance or government. It's a hedge against chaos. And it's a key reason why central banks around the globe have continued to be strong buyers of gold. For 2026, gold isn't about chasing explosive growth, it's about stability and wealth preservation. The real-world benefit of physical gold is its simplicity and security. Think of it as a form of financial insurance. During market crashes or economic turmoil, while other assets might dive, gold has historically held its value, providing a bedrock of stability for a portfolio. What's the catch? Gold doesn't generate income. It pays no dividends or interest, so your return depends entirely on its price going up. You also have to think about the costs of secure storage and insurance. But for investors looking to protect their purchasing power, you'll often hear experts suggest a 5 to 15% allocation to physical gold as a time-tested strategy for adding a layer of defense to your wealth. The final asset on our list is maybe the most essential of all: farmland. This isn't just owning a piece of dirt, it's owning the very means of production for the one thing humanity absolutely cannot live without: food. For 2026, farmland is getting more attention as a powerful hedge against inflation and a source of stable returns. As the global population grows, the demand for food is constant and rising, making productive land an increasingly scarce and valuable resource. Historically, farmland has put up some impressive numbers, with some indexes showing double-digit annualized returns over the long term. But it's not always a straight line up. Performance in recent years has been mixed due to high input costs and fluctuating commodity prices. The outlook for 2026 appears to be one of stabilization, with values in many areas expected to remain flat or see slight declines. The real-world benefit is clear. You own an essential, income-producing asset. You can generate returns from cash rents paid by farmers or directly from crop sales.
Plus, with a growing focus on sustainable agriculture, the value of land can extend beyond just crop yields to things like water rights and environmental incentives. The main risk, much like real estate, is that farmland is a significant, illiquid investment that requires real expertise. It's also subject to the realities of farming, like weather patterns and crop variability. However, for investors with a long-term view, agricultural land offers a unique combination of stability, income, and appreciation that is tied to a fundamental human need. If you're getting value out of this breakdown of real-world assets, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel bring you more content just like this. Alright, let's recap. We've covered 3 of the best tangible assets to consider for 2026. Direct real estate for cash flow and appreciation, physical gold for stability and protection, and farmland is a long-term hedge tied to our most essential need. Building wealth doesn't have to be a confusing digital guessing game. By focusing on these real-world assets, you can create a portfolio that is not only resilient, but also tangible and easier to understand. You can build wealth you can actually see and control. The future version of you will be so glad you started today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more financial breakdowns. Like and support the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback helps shape future videos. Stay consistent and keep learning. Wealth is built step by step. Patience is your greatest advantage. Small actions today build freedom tomorrow. Keep building, keep growing. See you in the next video.